Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is about what my plans are with Bir Tawil. So, in my last video, I claimed Bir Tawil. I just made a short, quick announcement about that I claimed it. But since then, I've taken the liberty of carving it up into different areas, and I've kind of made a plan for what we're going to do with Bir Tawil once, we can get there and once we have everything settled. So there's a map on screen of Bir Tawil as we've carved it up. And as you can see, we have Black Peak Mountains, because there is a bunch of mountains that go through Bir Tawil. And I think that's so cool because I love mountains and I get to have mountains, okay? But not only is there mountains, there's also a desert, and the sand is red. So that is now a national park also. In the place in between Black Peak Mountains and Astro Terrain National Park, there is Kingsland, kind of like Queensland, Australia. And that's what it's meant to be. And then, as you can see, in this little nook where Black Peak Mountains are not there, I decided to make a city, and the city is going to be called Mercada. That's where everybody who lives in Bir Tawil is going to live, and that's a pretty decently sized city. And then up here above Black Peak Mountains, we have Constellation, because there is little like dotted mountains, like stars, and that's why it's called that. But as for what I plan to do with this land, well, I plan to develop it into a society, a leg of Arcadia, and a leg of Arcadia that has pretty much shared values. And I'm going to take you back to Australia, to white Australia specifically. And when I say white Australia, no, there's not going to be any law in place. There's not going to be a white Australia policy. There's not going to be a white Bir Tawil policy. I'm talking about the time period in which that was. According to all the edits on it of it, that seems like a pretty fun time to be. So we're going to have, of course, industrialism there. We're going to have suburbs there. We're going to have a city. And all the people live in the suburbs will go to the city. And it's going to be like a little kind of perfect weather community of Arcadia that you can live in. And we're going to have a national park that's a desert. Just exactly like Australia, except there's a lot less grass there. We're going to have to make our own grass. But yeah, so that is my plan. But that's not the whole plan. We do have a operational requirement document coming out from Kings and Generals. And if you look at this, Mom, I'm making a video. Making a video.
Oh, I'm making noise.
Yeah. But as you can see on this label above the map, this is the Kings and Generals label of Arcadia. It's the Department of Arcadian Government responsible for this land acquisition. But anyway, we do have a Kings and Generals document coming out about what we'll have to do before we can actually access the land. And there's another part of this land that I want to show you. If you peek down into Black Peak Mountains, you see a circle. And in South Africa, there is the Lion's Head Mountain, I think. Let me see. Lion's Head. So Lion's Head Mountains in South Africa. I also want a cool mountain like that. So I decided to make Kirby's Head Mountain, which is my dog. Boom. That is where that will be. And what else do we have? We're also going to bring agriculture to the area. Probably in Constellation or Kingsland. Probably in this square up here in Kingsland. And we're also going to have a lot of technological developments in this area. And let me tell you why. Because Sudan, which is the country that this is in, it will experience catastrophic effects from climate change. So we're gonna have to bring a lot of technology into this area to cool the area down, to make it a climate that's fit for the people that are gonna live here once we develop it. So that's pretty much the whole plan. But yeah, and if I could tell you like a vision that I have for this place, what I see when I think of this place when it's developed, I see cars driving around a roundabout with a building with like a Spirit of Detroit statue, and I see kids playing football in a field, you know, and there's no water here. It's not on the coast. I wish it was, but we can bring an artificial beach here because I'm just built different. I can do that. We could put it right at the edge of Black Peak Mountains so that you can film the beach, and behind you, there's some pretty short but still mountains. And that's pretty much the whole plan for Bir Tawil that will be renamed soon. Thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned to this channel because I will have another video coming out about Bir Tawil and how we will access it and the things that to do to access it, as the country that it's in is going through a pretty bad civil war right now. And we're going to do that later, next video. Bye. See ya later.